8. The Queen of Hearts. Alice walked through the wood, away from the March Hare's house. Suddenly, she saw a tree with a door in it.
How strange,
she said.
But then everything is strange today.
She went through the door. She was in the long room with the glass table again. This time, she took the key and unlocked the tiny door first. Then, she ate one of the cakes from the rabbit's house.
Now I'm small enough to go into the garden at last,
she said, and she went through the door. There were a lot of people in the garden. First, Alice saw 3 gardeners. They looked like playing cards with black spades on them. Then 10 soldiers walked across the grass. They had black clubs on them. Then the royal children ran across the garden. They were playing cards too, and they had red hearts on them. The knave of hearts came next, and then Alice saw the white rabbit and the king and queen of hearts. Alice stood still and waited. The king and queen stopped in front of her. The gardeners quickly lay down on their faces.
"Who is this?"
asked the Queen of Hearts.
"What's your name, child?"
My name is Alice, Your Majesty.
Alice said.
I mustn't be afraid.
She thought.
They're only a pack of cards.
"And who are these?"
said the Queen of Hearts. She pointed to the gardeners.
I don't know,
said Alice.
It's not my business.
The Queen was so angry that her face turned red.
"Cut off her head!"
she shouted. Alice wasn't scared.
Don't be so silly.
She said to the Queen.
You can't cut my head off.
Calm down, dear,
said the King to the Queen.
She's only a child.
"Very well,"
said the Queen.
"Can you play croquet?"
Yes,
said Alice.
"Come on then,"
shouted the Queen.
"Take your places."
Alice looked around and saw that everyone was ready to play. It was a very strange game. The balls were hedgehogs, and the mallets were flamingos. The soldiers stood on their hands and feet to make hoops. It was very difficult to play croquet with a flamingo. The pink birds didn't want to stay still. People shouted at each other and ran around the garden. The Queen got very angry and shouted,
"Cut off his head!"
or
"Cut off her head!"
every few minutes. Alice wanted to get away, but she didn't know where to go.